Creativity is your greatest ally. Creativity is your greatest ally right now because living in the matrix where people don't want you to be creative, they want you to follow rules, they want you to be put in a box with a limited mindset, with a limited ways of thinking. And so right now it's more valuable than ever to be creative, come up with new ideas, and also to live life on your terms. So, chosen ones, people watching this video in general, I'm sure you notice how the world is set up to where if you step out of line, right, if you question anything, you're pretty much rejected. You're pretty much put on a blacklist in people's heads. All right, on their mind, you're put on a blacklist. What I'm teaching today is that don't disregard the reality of other people. Disregard that people want you to conform, that you need to be a good person, that you need to be a good, man, a good woman, or a good boy, or a good girl. You are good. The day you were born, right, you were good. Your existence is good. So anything extra that you do to try and validate your goodness or something, or your greatness, you try to prove to people all that, it's a waste of energy and time, guys, because just the idea that you're here is good. That's what you need to understand, okay? You need to understand that the fact that you were born and you're choosing this path, the fact that you are different, and the fact that you know that life is supposed to be something more than this, that in and of itself is a miracle. Many people can't handle that. That's why normal people don't like you. Normal people can't handle the fact that, like, you are trying to go above and beyond the limitations of what they're doing, okay? People can't handle that, see? And it's not that they can handle it, but they don't want to. It's more of a choice. And people walk around these days in a state of delusion, I mean. And then you showed up, and then they're forced to see the other side of life. Your existence forces people to see the other side of what could be, of what they could be, of how they could live, okay? And that's a beautiful thing about, being set apart, I guess. Yeah, it's a journey, and it's not comfortable, but having said that, it is a beautiful thing in the long run, okay? They don't like you. They want you to conform so that your greatness doesn't stand out. They don't want you to have attention. As you already know, they don't want you to have anything. They want you to have nothing, because anything you have, they think it'll help boost you to the next level and it'll pass them up. So they don't want you to have anything. So you know what you do? You say, okay, you got it. And then you leave. You just live life in silence and stack up these treasures in heaven. Not only that, but stack up. Move in silence, because you don't want people to know what you're doing or where you're going or what you're working on, because 90% of the time they'll try and sabotage it. Okay, there's people out here, they're trying to sabotage, and they're trying to take your provision. They're trying to take everything that is supposed to come directed at you. They want to take your livelihood. They want to take your spirit. They want to take your happiness. They're always trying to get you to conform. They want you to see life through a narrow lens like they do. Okay? And then when you enter a space, last but not least here, you shake them to the core, because your presence shows them something. Your presence shakes them to the core, because, they've never encountered somebody quite like you. They've never encountered somebody who, they've never encountered somebody who can show them a different side, who can show them that another part of life exists, okay? That the spiritual world is very real. And many people don't even know what what spirituality is, or what the spiritual world even is. But it is very, very real. And the message that I have is that you can't you can't fall into the trap of looking around at other people and saying to yourself that they're on the right path or that they're passing you up and you are not. That's just not true, because the thing is that, look, God didn't leave you this far to let you to abandon you. He didn't bring you this far to, you know, he didn't bring you this far to see you perish. Okay? He didn't bring you this far to see you perish. Um that's not what that's not what God does. And that's not what this universe is going to guide you toward. All right? Your breakthrough will come. Your victory will arrive. It might be a long, long time from now. But I'm trying to make this message today. I'm telling you this message because you need to know that you weren't brought this far just to be dumped on the wayside. You weren't brought this far to be discouraged and ask God, like, why aren't you, why isn't he giving you any reward? But rest assured, the reward is there. You just can't see it yet. So, chosen ones, that's the message. Remember, you must not conform. Okay, not to be a rebel, not to cause trouble, but when you conform, you're going to become comfortable. Okay, and when you're comfortable, then you start to go down a path where you take steps backward. And sure, you might take more steps forward, but why would you want to waste your time taking steps backward intentionally, knowing that it's not going to get you anywhere? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So be safe out there. That's the message that I have.